Hello, everyone. So here we are in section 3, and today's agenda is to review Parting the Wild Horse's mane. And to get started on our Fair Ladies, we're going to do the first Fair Lady number 1. And then I'm hoping that we'll have time to spend some time on the footwork for diagonal flying. And one of the reasons for that is it is one of the most difficult pieces of footwork that we have in the form. So it's always good to review it. And another is that just about exactly it appears in one of our Fair Ladies. So there's another entry into it, but then you're doing the same thing. And it really is important in that one that you end up in the correct direction. So we want to figure out how we can modify it, how we can, which works for you. There's several ways to modify it, and we will work on that. So we'll be working on that this week and next week. So that's my hope. That doesn't mean that if you have other questions, we can't get to them. So I wanted to start today just a little bit like we did last week with our hug a tree position. So let's get into this sort of standing position of hug a tree, a little bit of distance between your fingers. Remember, we have these nice upper arms that are part of our structure. And I want you to think a little bit about that. Remember, we're talking about this month, expanding that back, rounding that back so that we're really feeling our arms connected. You might even like pull one arm and see if you can feel the two of them sort of pulling together. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Feel it across your back and feel that sense of, remember we expanded trees last time, that West Coast tree. Can you keep feeling that connected feeling when you expand and then contract? And expand, maybe stand up when you expand, inhale and contract. But all the time, I want you to feel that connectedness. I want to focus on the connectedness today, please. I want you to feel that those shoulders are down. Everything about your body position is good, but you really are feeling that from the tips of your fingers into your wrists, into your elbows, especially into your back of your shoulders, across your back. As you do this, you are connected. This agile connection, it's not stiff and it's not loose. It is just connected, really, really well connected. And this is how we want to connect our entire body with these kinds of connections across our back, out our fingers, every joint connected. This is how we turn our body into a whip. And our technical term for this in Tai Chi is called, interestingly, relaxation. It's not limp. It's not stiff. It's connected. So as we go into our practice of what we know in third section, I want you to remember this body shape, this feeling of connection. Because, for example, when we close, we want to feel that connection. And when we open, and when we close, and when we open, rotate your arms. You're going to turn into the upper arm. This is like parting the wild horse's mane, right? Can you feel that connection continuing? Nice. All right. So let's see if we can just keep that going. And we will begin at the beginning of the third section in cross hands. So feel that connection. The recessed front of your right where your solar plexus is, well, no, right here, whatever this is, right here. Feel this recessing, and in a relaxed kind of way, and feel that cross hands position where you're still very connected and big, even in your cross hands. And embrace tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Diagonal. Single whip. Parting the wild horse's mane. Shifting back. Turning to the right just past the corner. Shifting back. Close step and big ward off. Little shift back and forward. Close step. Again. And change your arms. Close step. Transition to grasp the bird's tail, shifting back, turning left, shifting back, arms change, in, out with that foot as you close step, left ward off, right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. And let's do that again. I'd actually like to do it starting like this. So if you can put yourself this way, we will end up going that way. So for our parting the wild horse's mane, because of that, you'll need a little room. So you might come a little close to your camera. I've got a lot of room here, but not everybody does. And we'll start again. Good body position in cross hands. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Diagonal. Single whip. Parting the wild horse's mane. Number 2. and 3. Transition to grasp the bird's tail. Return, changing our hands, and left ward off, right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. And this will be away from the camera probably. Nice. All right. So how are we feeling? Any questions about any of that? What would you like to review?
I'm fine with that so far.
Great. Great. You too, Erlyn and AJ, you're good? All right. Sounds great. Wonderful. Okay, well, let's do a little more practice. What is it? What needs most practice?
Probably just getting in and out. I don't know. The whole thing strung together is really good to just keep running
To just
through.
to just
Yeah.
do. And this way we'll put it on the recording. So it's good for practicing, right? So let's do both of those again in the correct direction, and then in the direction where when you're doing it, you'll be able to actually watch the screen and also see most of the moves as well. So let's do that, and then we're going to go on to the next move, and then, as I promised, we will also do the footwork that ends up being important in the following one. All right. All right. So let's start at, and remember, if you know this and are feeling really comfortable, then your body shape. We're really working on that body shape. All right, from cross hands, embrace tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Diagonal, single whip. Parting the wild horse's mane. Two. Three. Transition to grasp the bird's tail. Left ward off. Right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. single whip. And then let's do it as we did it before. From here. So if you put yourself shoulder to shoulder with me, we'll end up doing those, parting the wild horse's mane in that direction, ultimately. From cross hands, embrace tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Diagonal. Single whip. Parting the wild horse's mane. 1. Close step. Ward off. 2. 3. Transition to grasp the bird's tail. Left, ward off. Right, ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. All right. How are we doing? It's feeling better? All right, now you've got also 4 practices that you can do. I'm gonna get just a sip of my coffee here.
Good idea.
I see everybody is joining me, great. Always good to rehydrate. Yes, and I know it's morning for you folks. Of course, we're having lots of watered down coffee, lots of water with our caffeine, if that's what we're doing. All right, so you wanna move on? Okay, great. So let me show you. Gee, we have time. I didn't think of doing this, but maybe I'll do this. I'll show you all of Fair Lady Works the Shuttles. So you know where we're going. So from here, now again, I'm doing this not so you'd be following me at this point. So shuttle number 1. I think I better move back. Shuttle number 2. Shuttle number 3. and shuttle number 4. So we are doing shuttles to each of the 4 corners. And it's kind of crazy because we go this way to this corner, and then we go all the way around to this corner, and then we go, oh, well, let's just go to this corner, and then we go all the way around 3/4 of the way to the final corner. So there's corners to keep track of, but interestingly enough, there's a lot of commonalities with all of these, and you may have noticed that. You may have noticed that they all kind of end with something like this. All kind of end when we are doing a ward off up, like in White Crane, right? So it's a deflection up, and then there's this strike behind it. Boom, that they can't quite see, right? And we're violating one of our rules. One of our rules is that we always are ready for that strike, right? I've told you that, right? Get that strike hand in the right place so that it's ready to go and it doesn't have to change. But we've had some rotational changes before. So for example, here, our palm was up, remember that? But here, it was to the side, right? So when we did parry, block, and punch, we went from here to here. And here, we are going to prepare our strike this way, nice and hidden, and easier to do given what we will have been doing before. And we're going to, again, with a body turning and bending the knee, we're going to throw that strike. Okay? And we're going to deflect somebody out of the way, right? We're going to deflect and strike. We also are going to be doing these shuttles, and I'm going to talk a little more about the shuttles next time and how they relate to a parent closing up, because you've kind of done a shuttle before. Watch this hand. Remember this? We turned and we came under. Remember that? This passing palm. Remember that? So a parent closing up. I'm going to talk more about the meaning of that again next week, and the meaning of passing palm. But basically, quick tip, whenever you're passing a palm, they usually have you on they can maybe be grabbing you. Not a good idea if they're grabbing you. Not a good idea if they grab you on this side. Can you see how weak I am? Right? Not a good idea. So they're going to grab you here, right? So this hand comes in and says, you want me? So first of all, if they grab you and I turn my hand up, what does it do to them? They're like, they don't like that. But if I give them something else, they'll take it. But now they're on my strong side. They're on my strong side. So we always, the shuttles, whenever you see a passing palm, you have the option of shifting the energy between you and your opponent. Your opponent has you on the weak side, you give them the arm. Go ahead, grab it. That's fine. Oh, well, it's going up. You know. So the passing palm is in there also. So you can do all these fair ladies just with a deflect and a strike, but we have this passing palm as well. And every fair lady has a passing palm. Every fair lady has a deflect and strike, a ward off up and a strike. And every fair lady has 5 turns of your body, of your waist. You know how when we throw our punch, right? In a fair lady, we'd throw it this way, but you know, we might throw it this way. I mean, throw a strike or a punch. We turn, we give it energy with our turn. So we're giving energy to all of these arm movements by the turns of our body. So I'm going to show you the first one again and show you those turns. And show you these elements. You're not going to have to learn it all at once. We're going to go through it. So here's the first one. Look at that big turn to the right, right? Then watch where my chest goes. It's now back to the corner. I mean, sorry, it's back to square, the square. And then it's back to corner. And then it's all the way to the wall, the side. And then it's back to corner. See that? I'm going to do it one more time. Big turn to the right. I'm all the way to the corner, a little bit past even. I'm coming back. Now I'm square to the front. I'm putting rooting my foot and shifting my weight. Now I've turned back to the corner. Then I've turned to the side of the room and I come back to the corner. So every single time I'm moving my arms, with the exception of kind of one rotation, we're coordinating that with what we're doing with our chest, or certainly our whole body, because you're at least shifting your weight always. There's always something you're doing with your body when you're moving your hands. They don't just move, right? Because we are always bringing our energy together efficiently for everything we're doing, so that we can keep it where we want it. So, and send it where we want it. So let me show you some of those other things again. So when we make this big turn, my left hand is also rotating. We'll go through this all in a minute. And then as I turn back, I'm shifting my weight back. I drop my hook. Then here is where I am going to rotate this hand and step. And that's the one where it's really minor, a minor body movement that's coordinated. Passing palm. Yeah, watch that palm go under there. There you go. My right arm moved to the left. My left arm moved to the right. Now my weight is entirely on my right foot. I open and turn again. And strike. So we're going to go over the footwork And then I'm going to go over the arm. We're going to do that separately. But now you know some of the pieces that we're going to be introduced to. So we will look at the footwork first. All right. So let's look at it. I'm going to do it in the direction that you would be following me and you would be doing it. All right. So the footwork, it's just easier for me if I keep it together, is you shift your weight to center. Then you turn all the way, if you can, all the way to the corner, a 135-degree turn, pivot. Then you come back, and as you come back, you let this right foot pivot. So now do you see how both of my feet are aligned to the corner? Then I pick the right foot up and I set it down on that line that goes to the corner. But I'm on the line that goes to the corner. That's where my body's going to go. But I turn my toes to the right because this is going to be the back foot of our left bow step. Then I shift my weight all the way and take root for the left bow step to the corner and then make that bow step to the corner. Okay, so let's practice that a few times and feel free to shout out a question. So we are in single whip. We're in a left bow step. We're going to shift back and turn, just like we were doing the single whip. Or, and if, remember, if you have to do this, you can do this. That's all right. Right? You can pivot on the balls of your feet if you can't make it all the way. So you're going to shift back, turn to the corner, come back, weight comes back, both feet are aligned, pick up the right foot, put it down, back down, one line, two sides towards the direction of that line that you're doing one line, two sides is the direction of your back foot toes, which is the direction of the corner. Then we're going to stand on the right foot. Remember, we've turned the foot so the toes point to 3 o'clock and step out for a bow step. And then heel, ball, toe, bend knee. And there's this body turn right here at the end. Just mentioning that, I didn't mention the other body turns. Let's do it one more time. Shifting back, 135-degree turn, shifting back, pick up the left foot, put it down on that one line, two sides, put the heel down, toes pointing to 3 o'clock. Stand on the front foot. Left bow step. Heel, ball, toe, bend knee. Questions about the footwork? Yeah.
I was just hoping we could kind of work our way from the feet to the up, because I'm interested in where my hips are pointing as we're moving through that section.
Let's do it, but let me give you a little bit on the arms and then we'll come back to the footwork. Can I do that?
Yep, thank you.
Now I'm going to try something that may not work. All right. when this is on, this is my right hand, but I'm gonna invite you. We did this when we learned single whip, right? I'm gonna invite you to, and this is gonna confuse me no end, but I'm gonna invite you to mirror me, right? Okay, so normally, let's see, we're like normally our right hand makes the hook. Okay, there we go. So if you're mirroring me, you're gonna be, let's see. Come on, I've just gotta get my, there we go. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. All right, so if you mirror me, we are shifting back and coming over here. Right, nice. Then we're letting go and coming here. Then underneath, our right arm moves and our left arm moves, they cross, right? And then pull your right arm back and your left arm comes up. And then there you go. All right. So that's the, I'm not sure I can really do this. Actually, though, you end up doing this on both sides. Not the beginning part, but you end up doing this on one side and you do it on the other side as well. So when we're going to different corners, you're going to be doing the shuttle and the separation, and in slightly different ways, but yeah, it's going to be there. So I wanted you to sort of see all of that. Let's try it again. So let's see, we'd normally be like this. So it's like this, right? Right. So we're going to come over this way and release our hook and come back. And then only rotate the left arm as you're changing your footwork. And then I think I've got the wrong footwork here. And then I don't think I'm sorry, I can't. I said it might not work. All right, so you're not going to be, my apologies. I thought I might be able to do it, but it's actually a very good sign, because there was a time when I just couldn't tell my right from my left. So it's a good sign that it bothers me when I do it that way. Okay, so so let's do it from here, because I think, so if you, yes, if you do your single whip from the other side, and remember, it starts very similar, right? If you do your single whip away from me, then you're going to be able to follow most of this. All right. So here we go. We're going to shift back, rotate the left arm palm up. And now my arms are kind of pointing away from, into your towards your screen, I guess. And but my gaze stops at the corner, because that's where my opponent is. I'm going to come back and open the hook, separating my arm. Do you see how my left arm has come in? So it's getting to this position that we want to have it in. And notice that I pivoted my right foot. Now, I'm going to reset this hand, palm up, and reset my right foot. Right arm moves left, left arm moves right in passing palm as I come forward. Then as I completely have shifted, I separate my arms. So my right arm is actually here. Sorry, the right arm is here. And then left arm ward offs up as I come forward. Not quite sure how much you can see of that. Probably not much. Yes.
Excuse me. Yeah, the arms were hidden right here as they were.
Yeah.
The strike and the like ward off, whatever is together simultaneously, right? They happen at
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's do it from here because I think you're going to be able to see the arms you couldn't see. Okay, so we're going to shift. Right? Now my left foot is pointing to the corner. Now, as I come back, I'm releasing my hook. I'm also turning my chest to 12 o'clock. That's helping me pull this left arm back at this point. Then I'm going to put that foot down in the other direction. It's still one line, two sides. And as I do, I'm going to turn this hand as I root. I'm finishing the turning of this. So about the time I touch, it's going to look like this. And as I finish the rooting, it's going to be here. And then as I really shift my weight, my arms, I do the passing palm. And then as I step forward and root, we have this position. And
can you turn around, face us, and do the same thing?
Yes, absolutely.
There we go. Yeah, thank you.
Shifting. Here. 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 Here.
You what? When you make the turn, when your right foot makes the turn to go to say 3 o'clock, and then
yes,
as you come underneath, does your chest face 3 o'clock and then release to the corner?
Right. So I'm gonna call this 12 now and this 3 and do it this way so you can really see those chest turns. So when I start, my chest, if this is 12, it's at 10:30, right? And I big turn. Now my chest is all the way to this corner. Now my chest is 12 o'clock. I'm looking at the corner, but it's at 12 o'clock if I'm not looking at you. Then this right palm is shifting as I'm shifting my foot. And you notice I'm one line, two sides, but I'm not going this way. I'm going this way with my toes. My arms cross in the passing palm. And then they separate.
You're at 3 o'clock right now.
Yes, chest is at 3 o'clock. Sorry.
No, that's good.
And then it's back.
And that's where you get the power.
Yes, absolutely. So one more time and just chest turns. Turn to the corner. turn back to 12 o'clock. Step. Turn to the corner. Turn to 3 o'clock. Turn back to the corner. A lot of turns. Okay, so we'll do it this way. We'll just keep doing it from different angles. Shifting back, turn, 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 turn to the corner. I mean, we've turned to the corner. Our arms are swinging almost to 3 o'clock. Arms stay at 3 o'clock. And I open my chest to 12. I've pivoted, released this foot. So we're basically sort of one line, two sides, except there's no weight on this foot, the right foot. And as I move my foot, I'm going to turn this palm up. So both hands are palm up when I'm doing the passing palm. This right hand is going to come in as the arms separate again. Now my chest is to 3 o'clock. And then back, as you say, giving energy to that strike.
So when you come back, this is when you release your hook, palm down. And when you step forward, you're putting your palm up. And then,
Yes, when I change my footwork, when I root,
right.
When I root, I do that. But when I, yeah, but I haven't really shifted much of the weight. I've shifted enough weight to root, right? It's the rooting is, yeah, I have something there. I have something there. But I haven't my main weight is still back. I haven't shifted back yet. I mean, shifted forward yet.
But my question is when this hand's coming back,
Yes.
this is when you release palm down. And then when you step forward, this is going to become palm up.
Yes, and let me show you, you want the other hand rotated first. So here, yes, I'm going to go through both. Watch the left hand and then the right hand. So so when we did Parting the Wild Horse's Mane, we did this, right? We did this kind of a swing. What we're going to do is we're swing, rotate, 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 rotate. And we really let it swing. So it is almost palm up here. So your left hand is almost palm up. Yeah, better, 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 better. Then it comes back palm up as your palm down hand releases the hook and you turn your chest. Nice turn. And you've released your front foot. Then the right hand rotates. It begins to rotate. As your foot touches, it's about here. As it really starts to root, you finish that rotation. And then as you move forward, you have this passing palm. When your weight is fully forward and you're standing on that right foot, this is going to be reminiscent of what you did in parry, block, and punch, kind of. You're going to separate and turn. Nice. And then turn back. It's a mystery, isn't it? Okay, so let me show it to you one more time. Let me show it to you from here. Let me show it to you from here again. I know it's hard for you to do it at the same time, so I'm shifting back, turning. I just want to give you another angle to see it at. So here the palms are opposite. I've released the right foot. Here, I've turned it. As I root, it turns a little more. As I really move, take passing palm. Then here's that swing. You have this in parry, block, and punch. And the final throwing of the strike. Yeah, Erlyn.
Okay, so when you're coming into the palm passing, you're rooting and then coming forward, and then this arm is already kind of over here. So does that mean this arm comes?
Let me, yes, they move,
Okay.
they move to, it's like sort of, yes, let me show that to you from here.
Thank you.
Again. So we were here, right? And then here, we're very far apart. And then here, right? And it may drift in. It may have drifted in some. Most people's arms drift in. They don't stay that far out. Then the right arm moves to the left. As you shift your weight, the left arm moves to the right. And they are in the center of your body on that line. You see? See where my hands end up? And so you're crossing, and I'm looking out over my fingertips. So here, I'm going to bring that right arm in to be on the same line. There's a line, you know, there's a line going out this way, right? That everything is on. So
Yeah, I was mistaking leaving my left arm all the way over across my body instead of pulling it back and then putting it across again.
So it comes, this arm travels like this.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that travel part. So when I went to cross arms, it was like, okay, well, this is already here. So yeah, so I need to bring it back.
Right. So
and when
this
you're-
arm starts up. So this comes over, and then as you turn, you're bending your arm. Right. Nice.
Okay,
And
thank you.
then this arm turns over, and it will drift in some because the way your body's moving. And then it comes in, and this one, you know, and they cross. And when you're standing in the corner, it feels like this. It feels like only it's towards the corner, right? But I'm just showing you how it is along your center line. So
Okay, thank you. That cleared it up for me.
yeah, okay. Let's go back to where you can follow me and see again where it's not clear. So from here, shifting back, rotate that left arm. It should be palm up. Your gaze follows your arm, but it's got to stop. This is very hard to do. It's got to stop at the corner. Then turn that chest square, open your hook, and pull your left arm in as you turn your body square. All my weight's on my left foot. And what I'm supposed to have done, which I didn't hear, is release this toe completely. Okay, so my feet are lined up. Then rotate the right arm as you go to put your foot down in the same place, but the same heel place, but you're going to put the toes out 3 o'clock. Your arms come towards the center. Your left arm all the way, the palm all the way underneath your upper arm. You're looking over your fingertips. Stand on your right foot. Big turn. Big turn. And this arm, don't do this. Shoulder down, elbow down, fingers pointing up. Don't have them pointing this way. Up, up, up. And then all at once, heel, ball, toe, bend knee. Throw that strike. Let's do it again from that vantage point. Shifting back, big turn, swing. Shifting back, don't forget to open those arms. Change your right arm and foot. And shift your weight. Arms coming together, passing palm. Weight entirely on your right foot. Turn to the right, arms separate. Have you got your right elbow down? Are your fingers pointing upwards? And finish as you turn back. We are running out of time. Oh my goodness, when we're having fun. If you still have time, I just noticed what the time is. If you still have time, let us do everything we know, including this. All right, in the correct direction. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Diagonal single whip, sorry. Parting the wild horse's mane. 1. 2. 3. 4. Transition to grasp the bird's tail. Left, ward off. Right, ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Fair lady works the shuttles. 1. Shifting back. Big turn. Shifting back, arms separate. And shuttle. Step. Strike. Bring your questions next time. Write them down. we will do more, and we will, of necessity, get to that other footwork next week. So don't worry. This is one of the big challenging parts of it all, and you folks look great. All right. Tongjimen Zaichen, students, goodbye.